Okay, so here we go. This is an IPL special show. Shomik is going after Shubhan for East Bengal, but that is not the point. We are not going to discuss Mohun Bagan East Bengal here. This is all offline. And we have done many shows on East Bengal. Devashish is also smiling. The point is we want East Bengal to do well, and that is something that we have repeatedly said. And I hope that they are able to come back because of the cyclone also from Odisha. But the focus today clearly will be on IPL retentions. Now, a fair picture is emerging. Quite a few things still going on. For example, Vikram Solanki will possibly be in Pune to meet Shubman Gill. A lot of things going on in the background still some days. Delhi Capitals, not sure after that division what is happening. So we will take team by team. And Rohit and Shubhan and Shomik have all been following the retentions. Devashish and I have been doing other stuff also. But IPL retentions, this is an IPL retention special. So the idea is to try and understand basis each team. So let us start with the team that is more or less certain. अभी almost तय हो चुका है. Mumbai Indians are retaining the four, and Rohit Sharma will be their number one retention. That is also now a given fact. So why don't I start with Shubhan? Shubhan, what is happening with Mumbai before I go to Rohit, Shomik, and Devashish as well?
Mumbai Indians is Rohit's franchisee. We should rather start with him. I think Rohit has also written about this on his Twitter account. We have discussed it in our live that Mumbai Indians. I think that's the only I think ownership group that can manage to retain all four of their big stars after whatever happened last season. So in that regard, I think Mumbai Indians will be in a good space. We certainly don't know about who will be captain because all four of them are captain material. But again, given the kind of family or the kind of atmosphere Rohit Sharma can create as a leader in that camp, I think that has also played a major role in all four of them, if not four, then three of them staying back in Mumbai Indians and not exploring other options because we all know that all three of them. I'm keeping Hardik apart here, but all three of them, if they decided to go in the auction, had they decided to go in the auction, they would have broken the bank. They would have broken all records and possibly captaincy materials for for any team they would have gone for. So Mumbai Indians, kudos to them. They have retained their four players, but I think the bigger headache would be who will be the captain for the upcoming season after whatever happened in the last time around. Guryada.
सो रोहित ये बताओ रोहित शर्मा नंबर वन रिटेंशन तो तय हो चुका है. हार्दिक कैप्टन रह रहा है नहीं रह रहा है? लास्ट जब सुनने में आया था हार्दिक इज कंटिन्यूइंग टू बी कैप्टन. सो व्हाट इज द इंफॉर्मेशन दैट वी हैव नाउ? चार रिटेंशन फाइनल. व्हाट अबाउट अनकैप्ड एंड इज रोहित शर्मा द नंबर वन रिटेंशन? दैट इज ऑल्सो डन. हार्दिक क्या कैप्टन बनेगा कि दूसरा कुछ सुन रहे हो रोहित?
आई थिंक दो चीजें हैं इसमें. पहली चीज ये कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि 17-17 करोड़ सबको मिले. ये भी सुनने में आ रहा है कि 17 फॉर ऑल फोर. 17 करोड़ टू रोहित, 17 टू हार्दिक, 17 टू बुमराह, 17 टू स्काई. उसके बाद 6-7 करोड़ रुपए जो आपके बच रहे हैं और प्लस जो राइज की डील है तिलक वर्मा के साथ, बिकॉज नाउ तिलक वर्मा इज ऑल्सो राइज प्लेयर. जो रिलायंस, ऑब्वियसली जो लोग नहीं समझते हैं शॉर्टकट्स को, शॉर्ट फॉर्म्स को, वो थोड़ा सा समझे कि जो ब्रांड डील्स होती हैं या जो मैनेज करना होता है प्लेयर को, दैट इज ऑल्सो बीन लुक बाय राइज. तो तिलक को वो अभी इस एश्योरेंस में रखेंगे कि आप यहाँ पर रहिए हमारे साथ और अगले ऑक्शन में यू विल बी आर टॉप 3, 1 2 3 में आपका नाम होगा और उससे जाहिर सी बात है आपकी ब्रांड वैल्यू को फर्क पड़ेगा. बट जो मैं सुन पा रहा हूँ कि देव ऑल्सो देयर इज सम नॉइज कि वो राशिद खान को भी चाह रहे थे, बिकॉज ऑल अदर लीग्स में राशिद खान मुंबई इंडियंस की टीम के लिए ही खेलते हैं. मुंबई मतलब चाहे आप ऐसे T20 देख लीजिए, चाहे आप IL देख लीजिए, he's अगेन जिस टीम के साथ राशिद जुड़े हुए हैं वो मुंबई की टीम के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं. बट क्योंकि राशिद का अमाउंट बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा, अगर वो ऑक्शन में आते हैं तो फिर आपके हाथ में नहीं रह जाएगी ये चीज कि आप उन्हें ले पाओगे या नहीं. आपसे ज्यादा पर्स वाली टीमें हैं. शायद पंजाब के लिए सुनने में आ रहा है कि 1 करोड़ बोल रहा हूँ, 112 करोड़ के साथ पंजाब जो है वो ऑक्शन में उतरेगी. दे हैव फाइनलाइज्ड देयर थिंग्स. और उन सारी चीजों के बीच में फिर ऐसी फ्रेंचाइजीज के साथ आपका टकराना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगा, क्योंकि आप 50 या 40 करोड़ लेकर जाओगे ऑक्शन में. तो आप ऐसी टीम के साथ नहीं टकरा सकते जो 100 करोड़ का पर्स लेकर आ रही है. सो उस जगह पे मुझे लग रहा है कि तिलक और राशिद में से शायद एक, अगर आप राशिद के लिए जा रहे हो, यू हैव टू से नो टू तिलक. और अगर आप तिलक के लिए जा रहे हो, यू हैव टू से नो टू राशिद. जहां तक बात है कैप्टनसी की, मुझे लग रहा है कि रोहित शर्मा विल डू, उनको ही कप्तानी दी जाएगी एट द लास्ट. बिकॉज मेरे सुनने में ये आया है कि जो बाकी दो को रोका गया है उसकी एक बहुत बड़ी वजह यह है, और महिला जयवर्धने को वापस लाने की भी एक बहुत बड़ी वजह यह है. दे वांट कि हम नंबर 10 फिनिश कर जाए, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, बट जो ड्रेसिंग रूम का माहौल है और जो कल्चर है, वो जिस तरीके से पिछली बार बाहर निकल कर आया था, जो एक बैड ब्लड देखने को मिला था, शिकायतें चल रही थी इधर से उधर, ये खिलाड़ी इसकी शिकायत कर रहा है, वो दो खिलाड़ी लड़ रहे हैं आपस में. इवन मुझे ये भी पता चला है कि एक जगह तो सचिन तेंदुलकर को आकर बीच में इंटरवीन करना पड़ा. सो आई थिंक बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी हो गई थी, जिसके बाद आई थिंक पीआर एक्टिविटी के लिए भी, फैंस को शांत करने के लिए भी, और मार्केट को दोनों हाथों से वेलकम करने के लिए भी, रोहित शर्मा रामबाण इलाज है इस समय पर. रोहित शर्मा ब्रह्मास्त्र है, अगर आप वो चला दोगे आपको कोई दिक्कत नहीं होने वाली है. अनटिल एंड अनलेस सम क्रिकेट पंडित्स विल राइट कि यार ये क्या स्ट्रैटेजी हुई कि एक सीजन के लिए ला रहे हो, एक सीजन के बाद जाने दे रहे हो. बट यहाँ पे फुटबॉल को प्यार करने वाले बहुत सारे लोग हैं, वो जानते हैं कि फुटबॉल में ये बहुत कॉमन है.
Shomik, if this is what the case is, if Rohit Sharma is brought back as captain, how will you look at it? I mean, is this being unfair on Hardik, or it's fine? I mean, Hardik will also take it in his stride. Then why did he leave Gujarat Titans? All of these questions, do you think will come up, or it's fine, not a problem? Mumbai Indians will, as Rohit said, if it happens ki everybody is paid 17 crores, they will be able to put up a united front. Before I go to Devashish on KKR.
Basically, two things. One is that, briefly, Mumbai Indians flirted with the idea of appointing Surya as captain. But then again, Rohit, as our Rohit has mentioned, he is the safest bet in the sense Hardik should have no problems playing under Rohit. He played under Rohit. In many games he played under Rohit for India, and Rohit is, and this is one of the reasons why Rohit is going to be MI's top retention. There are two captaincy intrigues as far as this IPL, the next year's IPL is concerned. Rohit could return as MI captain, and Virat Kohli might return as RCB captain, although RCB are keeping a close eye on Rishabh Pant's development with Delhi Capitals. They want Rishabh Pant. They need a wicketkeeper after Dinesh Karthik's retirement, and Rishabh Pant. One of the reasons why Rishabh Pant hasn't agreed terms with Delhi Capitals as yet, that he wanted captaincy. So Rohit and Virat both could return as captains for their respective franchise. As regards to giving 17 crore to each of the four players, there is a catch, which Rohit mentioned. The thing is that this time the retention rule is a little different. Like in 2022, when the highest retention value was 15 crore, but RCB gave Virat Kohli 17 crore. That 17 crore, that extra 2 crore RCB gave separately to Virat Kohli. Now this time, you cannot do that deal. If you are giving them 17 crore, that entire amount would be deducted from your auction purse. It is not that the cap is, if it is 17 crore, then that extra amount will be deducted from their auction purse. So there is a catch in terms of giving 17 crore to each. But what we know as of now, Rohit, whether he returns as captain or not, he is going to be the top retention. And there is a chance of him getting back captaincy.
Devashish, moving on to KKR, a lot of people saying Shreyas Iyer our skipper. I don't think that's happening, or chances are it might not happen. যা আমরা শুনতে পাচ্ছি, जो हमें सुनने में आ रहा है, Shreyas Iyer is very iffy at this point in time with Kolkata Knight Riders. Devashish, before I go to Shubhan.
Yeah, obviously that is a big development with Shreyas Iyer not willing to be retained by KKR. But the catch, Boria, is that apart from Mumbai Indians, two more franchises has been very vocal as far as retention is concerned, retaining more players. KKR happens to be one along with Sunrisers Hyderabad and Mumbai Indians. So KKR, if you look at the retention, they are all likely to retain Andre Russell, Sunil Narine, and definitely there's Varun Chakrabarti as well. But so the catch for this IPL will be to retain most of the franchises. Thing will be to retain three players and then to use the RTM card. That will be the dynamics for this auction, for this upcoming auction. But talking about KKR, obviously, if they don't have Shreyas Iyer, they would definitely look for to have someone who is a captaincy material, and that will be very interesting, as Somikda rightly said, that with Rishabh Pant not being retained by not be as of now, there is a question mark whether he's going to be retained by the Delhi Capitals. If Delhi Capitals does not retain Rishabh Pant, there will be plenty of franchisee going after Rishabh Pant, because what happens is that you get a captain as well as you get a wicketkeeper batsman. So, but then as of now, means that's definitely Delhi Capitals would love to have Rishabh Pant. But then talking about Shreyas Iyer, that is a big development in Shreyas Iyer, who has led KKR to to that IPL title, third time IPL title. It will be a huge. I would say not a setback, but then KKR would love to have someone in the likes of Rishabh Pant to have him.
Shubhan, what happened? Why did this thing happen with Shreyas Iyer? What is the story?
Boria, it is very simple. Look at the squad that KKR assembled last time around. The kind of team they had. They had multiple match winners in that team, all T20 specialists almost, and all of them had excelled in the last season, won the title. Of course, Shreyas Iyer did not do extremely bad with the bat. Captaincy wise, he was extremely good, but somehow he has not received the kind of appreciation or the kind of accolades that comes with an IPL winning captain. When he was with the DC, everything was shifted towards Ricky Ponting. That Ricky Ponting is making things behind the scenes or from the dugout, and same goes with KKR also. That Gautam Gambhir was the one who dominated the scene, dominated the tactical calls along with Chandrakant Pandit. So Shreyas never got that kind of appreciation that he would have wanted from everyone or from the mass. But the biggest reason is the kind of quality of players KKR had in that team. You have to KKR will retain Russell and Narayan. That are the two straight away picks that KKR will manage to have. Rinku Singh is there, your finisher, left-handed finisher, playing India. His stocks have risen drastically in the last year or so since he has made his India debut. And Rinku Singh, if he goes to an auction right now, he will fetch 12, 14 crores easily, and he deserves that with the kind of performances and the consistent performances he has had. And then comes someone like Varun Chakravarti, on whom still KKR are thinking whether to retain him or not, whether to go for RTM or not. So and you miss out on Phil Salt, you will miss out on Venkatesh Iyer, Nitish Rana, so many match winners from that squad. Harshit Rana and Ramandeep are two players KKR are keen on retaining as uncapped players. Harshit will get a bit more than 4 crores. That is what I am told. But that leaves Shreyas Iyer in no space. And for 18 crores right now for Shreyas Iyer in T20 cricket, Boryada, I think anyone who understands T20 cricket will say 18 crore is a far too much for Shreyas Iyer, the middle order batter. Yes, he's a spin basher, etc., etc. But he has his shortcomings, and teams can explore or you can say explore that area of weakness with their bowling. So Shreyas Iyer, okay, he's in demand, good captain. He will be in high demand when he goes to the auction table. But right now, 18 crore, I think is a bad tad too much for Shreyas Iyer, the captain, the player, the overall package which he brings. Plus, he's not part of the central contract and all the controversy that happened in the last week or so, the last year or so.
Before, before I go to Rohit on KL Rahul and what is happening with that, Shubhan, there was a rumor about Sunil Narain. Is that a rumor? Can we confirm that it is
Yes,
a
yes,
rumor and
it
it is
is a
not
rumor.
final?
It is a rumor. It is a rumor. Sunil Narayan, see, if whoever says last time around, Muryada, you remember you texted someone from that KKR top management asking is Narayan being retained? Is he being released? And the answer was no way. His family. So KKR, Narayan, Andre Russell, they are family, and Narayan and Russell play all over the world under the Night Riders group. So. Anytime, any place. They have retained Narayan for far much money or with far more money from the auction purse when he was at his downfall, when he was not performing well, or when he was playing as a middle order finisher, not performing with the bat as well. His action was reported. KKR has backed him always, and it's like a family to them. Not only Narayan, but for KKR also, Narayan is a face of KKR, and same goes with Andre Russell. So these are all rumors. Top two retentions when it comes to KKR in terms of names. If you are writing a rough sheet, then it has to be Narayan and Andre Russell.
Rohit, KL Rahul is now a done deal. So Ravi Bishnoi, Mayank Yadav, and Nicholas Puran as the highest retention. It was always on the cards. Now there was a meeting where Zahir Khan and Justin Langer also weighed in on KL Rahul. But KL Rahul, given what is going on in Test cricket, जहाँ पे वो अभी वहाँ पे भी ये उनका नेगेटिविटी चल रहा है, थोड़ा सा, हालांकि आज गौतम गंभीर ने बहुत ही सपोर्ट किया है उनको प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, सेइंग सोशल मीडिया डजंट
मेरा ही
डिसाइड.
सवाल था, मेरा ही सवाल था,
Very right and very
मेरा ही सवाल.
rightly so. Shubhan's question. But what is happening with KL Rahul, Rohit? कहाँ जा सकते हैं? क्या लग रहा है KL Rahul का future? Will he go to RCB? Do you think how many teams can bid for him? क्या उनको leadership role मिलेगा या just as a player? Thoughts on LSG and KL Rahul, Rohit Juglan.
जाहिर सी बात है बोल रहा था, इस पे शायद आप सबसे बेहतर बता पाएंगे कि क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं, बट जितना मुझे जानकारी है, केएल राहुल ऑब्वियसली मैं इसको साइडलाइन नहीं करूंगा कि उनके और आरसीबी के बीच में मुझे लगता है 50% चांस है, 50% इस चीज को लेकर के चांस है कि केएल राहुल आरसीबी ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. देयर इज सम रिपोर्ट्स की कर्नाटका गवर्नमेंट ने, कर्नाटका सरकार ने आरसीबी के ऊपर एक प्रेशर बनाया है फ्रेंचाइजी के ऊपर कि आपको अपने लोकल प्लेयर्स को ज्यादा से ज्यादा लेना पड़ेगा. वहां पे आप देख रहे हो कि बीते 1-2 साल में ये सारी चीजें काफी ज्यादा हुई हैं. कन्नडा डोमिनेशन आपको थोड़ा सा आरसीबी में दिखाना पड़ेगा, और आरसीबी में वो चीज है भी नहीं बहुत ज्यादा. अगर आप देखोगे अगर आप देखोगे विजय कुमार वैशक के अलावा देयर इज नो अदर नेम जितना मुझे याद आ रहा है जो प्लेइंग 11 में रेगुलरली खेल रहा हो. अगर आप पिछले 2 सीजन्स देखेंगे तो उसमें 10 या 11 गेम विजय कुमार वैशक खेला है. लास्ट एक कंसिस्टेंट प्लेयर अगर आपको याद आएगा वो देवदत्त पटिकल था. अब तो काफी ज्यादा पोजीशनिंग मुझे इस हिसाब से भी लग रही है दैट इफ दे वांट टू रिटेन समवन, इफ दे वांट टू टेक समवन, तो केएल हो सकते हैं, बट इसके 50% चांसेस हैं. एंड आई एम नॉट सीइंग हिम कैप्टनिंग रॉयल चैलेंजर्स बैंगलोर. आज से कुछ समय बाद क्या होता है वो मुझे नहीं पता, मतलब अगले सीजन या उसके अगले सीजन क्या होता है. ही कैन बी कम एज अ वाइस कैप्टन, एंड देन अगर उनके गेम में एक बढ़िया बदलाव देखने को मिलता है, बिकॉज स्ट्राइक रेट इज अ प्रॉब्लम. ये चीज हम मतलब ठीक है, ओवर क्रिटिसिज्म होता है उनका सोशल मीडिया पे, टेस्ट मैचेस में कुछ ज्यादा ही क्रिटिसिज्म हो रहा है, बट आप इस चीज को नहीं भुला सकते कि स्ट्राइक रेट विद केएल राहुल इन T20s इज अ प्रॉब्लम. दैट्स व्हाई इज नॉट द पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया, जैसे आप बोलते हो T20 इंटरनेशनल्स को इंडिया, तो वो चीज है. लेकिन मुझे लगता है आरसीबी का चांस है, और ऑक्शन में भी मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि वो कोई बहुत ऊंचे दाम पे जाने वाले हैं, 15 करोड़, 16 करोड़, 18 करोड़. आई रियली डाउट दैट. 10 करोड़ अगर मिल जाए तो मेरे हिसाब से काफी है, 10-12 करोड़. हाँ, अगर कोई फ्रेंचाइजी ये सोच के बैठी हुई है कि हमें कैप्टन अपॉइंट करना है, बिकॉज अब सडनली आपके पास कैप्टन के बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हो चुके हैं. नाउ आरसीबी थिंक कि जॉस बटलर भी आ रहा है भाई रिटेंशन में, जॉस बटलर को भी कैप्टन बना सकते हैं. ऋषभ पंत भी आ रहा है ऑक्शन में, ऋषभ पंत को भी बना सकते हैं. देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ श्रेयस अय्यर आल्सो, श्रेयस अय्यर को भी बना सकते हैं. एंड ये सारी चीजों के बीच में, जैसा शामिक दा ने कहा, दे आर ऑल्सो अप्रोचिंग विराट ऑल्सो. अब अगर उन्हें पता चल चुका है कि 3-4 नाम और आ रहे हैं, तो शायद वो विराट को ज्यादा पुश ना करे, बिकॉज विराट कोहली को वापस कप्तान के तौर पर लाना आई थिंक ये डिफिकल्ट होगा. करने के लिए कर देंगे, बट डिफिकल्ट होगा. अगर आपको पता है कि आपके पास ऑक्शन में 2-3 नाम हैं, बटलर कप्तानी कर सकते हैं, T20 वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग कप्तान है, विकेट कीपिंग कर सकते हैं, ओपनिंग कर सकते हैं, ऋषभ पंत, ये तीनों काम कर सकते हैं. आप उन्हें कहीं भी मिडिल ऑर्डर से लेकर टॉप ऑर्डर पे बैटिंग दे दो, कर सकते हैं. इसके अलावा ईशान किशन का ऑप्शन है. तो इस बार विकेट कीपर, टॉप ऑर्डर बैटर्स की मेरे को ऐसा लगता है ऑक्शन में कोई सबसे महंगा जाएगा तो एक इंडियन विकेट कीपर जो कि बैटिंग ऊपर कर सकता हो, कप्तानी, आप कितनी चीजें दे सकते हो फ्रेंचाइजी को, वो सबसे ऊपर जाने वाला है. तो केएल राहुल बिग जरूर जाएंगे, लेकिन मुझे नहीं लग रहा है 15 करोड़ से ऊपर मैं नहीं देख रहा हूं उन्हें. कोई फ्रेंचाइजी कप्तान भी ढूंढ रही होगी तो भी उसके पास अब मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस हैं. इट्स नॉट ओनली केएल राहुल जो वहां पर एक कैप्टन के ऑप्शन के रूप में है, और उनसे बेटर कैप्टन हैं. तो मुझे लग रहा है केएल राहुल का ये, बाकी जो उन्होंने ऑक्शन में जो एलएसजी ने किया हुआ है, जो उन्होंने रिटेन किए हुए हैं, आई थिंक गुड चॉइस. मयंक यादव 14 करोड़ काफी ज्यादा है अभी के लिहाज से, बट ये समझ में आ रहा है कि वो क्या सोच रहे हैं उनके साथ. इज वेरी यंग, आगे आने वाले समय में किस तरीके से चीजों को. रवि बिश्नोई के लिए 11 करोड़ आई थिंक पिछली बार भी उन्हें काफी अच्छी रकम दी गई थी, इस बार भी अच्छी रकम दी जा रही है। अगेन उनको रिटेन करने का भी समझ में आ रही है चीजें। निकोलस पूरन, ऑब्वियसली निकोलस पूरन और हेनरी क्लासन एक एक स्लॉट में आप रख सकते हो इस समय पर, दो फॉरनर्स जिनको आप 20 करोड़ की रेंज में जाता हुआ देख सकते हो। एंड देन ऑब्वियसली आयुष बडोनी एंड मोहसिन खान, उनके जो दो अनकैप प्लेयर हैं, मेकिंग सेंस, एवरीथिंग्स मेकिंग सेंस। बट यस, केएल राहुल मुझे लगता है 50% आरसीबी एंड समवेयर अराउंड 10 to 12 सीआर जो उनको ऑक्शन में मिल जाएगा बड़ी आसानी से।
Shomik, now that the LSG part is sorted, before I go to Devashish also on Delhi Capitals, because yes, Shuman.
Buriyad, I just wanted to ask, is there any scope of Lucknow Super Giants buying back KL Rahul in the auction and make him play just as a batter under Nicholas Puran?
They might go, but from what I understand, it is more or less a no-no, because that statistical thing that I've sort of heard and repeatedly been told. Now Zahir Khan and Justin Langer has also gone through the statistical thing with the senior management of LSG. I don't see LSG going for KL Rahul. I don't. I mean, it will be an unhappy marriage, and I don't see that happening. I absolutely don't see that happening.
Or is the LSG going for Rishabh Pant?
Yes, if Rishabh Pant is there, 100% LSG will go for Rishabh Pant, is what I understand. Absolutely, LSG will go for Rishabh Pant. I mean,
as a captain?
Yes, as a captain, possibly. I mean, because they are waiting and watching. They are clearly waiting and watching what is happening. Because Gargi Raut also joins us. There you go from the Dhyanchand National Stadium, where India has unfortunately lost 0-2 against Germany. Harmanpreet Singh missed a penalty stroke. Happens to the very best, and the German referral. India had scored a goal, but that referral converted it into a penalty stroke, and India missed that penalty stroke. And fourth minute and 30th minute, two goals from Germany, sealing that first Test match. We'll go to Gargi on that in a bit, but Shomit, before I go to Devashish on this, what is happening with Delhi Capitals? Something's going wrong, because at least 1 week back, Pat Jindal openly had said 10 days back in Hisar when he went to campaign for his grandmom Savitri Jindal, Rishabh Pant will be retained and it's a done deal. He's our number one retention. All of a sudden, there is this talk that, oh, what's happening with Rishabh Pant? Does he want to continue? Does he not want to continue? Is he captain? Is he not captain? Clearly, Saurav Ganguly, Pat Jindal, pro Rishabh Pant. What about Venugopal Rao, Hemang Badani, Munaf Patel? What is going on with Delhi Capital? Shomik Chakraborty and Devashish Sen. Before that, someone has a critical comment for me. Let me address that. Mahid Punekar, Muria, it's disrespectful to look down all the time when others are speaking. I understand that. But the truth is, there are many, including your own colleagues who are watching, are wanting updates. And the only way one can possibly give updates is to keep following and getting the update, Mahid. So I understand where you're coming from, and the update that one has to also do while doing a live newscast. For example, Anwar Ali. It is 5:23 and there are 100 messages already. Anwar update, has the meeting started? And the answer is no. It was supposed to start at 5 p.m. How do I give you the update if I don't look at it? So I understand, and they are my colleagues, they know very well that there is never any disrespect meant to any of them. So that's the answer. Show me Delhi Capitals.
So basically,
Yeah.
what our understanding is that captaincy issue captaincy issue has become the bone of contention between DC, the new DC management, after the bifurcation of ownership. I mean, sort of 2 years here and 2 years there. So the thing is that captaincy issue has become the bone of contention. Rishabh wants captaincy. The new, I mean, GMR now for the next 2 years, they would be in charge of the Delhi Capitals in the IPL. They don't want that. They want to retain Rishabh, but they don't want to hand him over the captaincy. So this is the real bone of contention. And as of now, as things stand, Rishabh is going to the auction table. He is going under the hammer as of now, unless there is an 11th hour deal. Rishabh Pant is going under the hammer as things stand. This is about the Delhi Capitals. Uh, Cap, and as you already mentioned, LSG is keeping a firm eye on Rishabh. RCB are keeping a firm eye on Rishabh. And what I have learned also, CSK. CSK is closely monitoring the CSK
Punjab also. I
closely
think if
monitoring
Rishabh
the
Pant is on the
development.
table, everyone will want him. Punjab is also desperate. They keep
Yes,
wanting Rishabh Pant angle. Even
yes, but
CSK are looking
the
for a
thing is
long-term
that
replacement as a keeper who can replace possibly MS Dhoni in the future, and who better than Rishabh Pant at this moment.
exactly,
Remember,
exactly,
we
and
did a story also that CSK will go for a top Indian wicket keeper
Can
if
can
someone is available.
can Rishabh
yes, yes.
can Delhi Capitals use the RTM card if
See,
Rishabh Pant
RTM,
goes for auction? Can
Devashish,
they?
Devashish, you mentioned the RTM card also, and it is absolutely an option. But the things about RTM card this time has become a little complicated. Earlier, what used to happen? If suppose 10 crore is the highest bid for Rishabh Pant, you are then raising your RTM card and you are buying back Rishabh Pant for 10 crore. Now, the other bidder will get another opportunity to raise his value, right? He can go to 15 crore if he wants. So, in that case, you have to match that to exercise your RTM card. So, this is one aspect that the franchise owners will keep in mind. And now that Shubhan has mentioned Dhoni, I'm just giving one update from CSK as regards to we spoke to the CSK inner management, and they are very confident that Dhoni will continue for one more year. Although the news is Dhoni will officially communicate his decision before October 31. Now Dhoni has a mind of his own. That's why they are not 100% certain yet, but they are very confident that Dhoni will continue for one more year. And I'm diverting a little bit because it's a hard news. That's why I'm going to PB Punjab Kings. The situation between Punjab Kings and Shashank Singh have become tricky. I mean, they are very confident that Shashank Singh, being an uncapped player, they will retain him for rupees 4 crore. But Shashank now has put his foot down. He thinks that if he goes to the auction table, he will fetch a lot more than rupees 4 crore. So he is not willing to be retained as an uncapped player. So the issue has become a little tricky between Shashank Singh and Punjab Kings. These are the two news updates I wanted to give.
Okay, so that is interesting. So Shashank Singh and Punjab Kings, will come to Punjab Kings in just a bit. In just a bit, let's go to Gujarat Titans. Devashish Sen, not much coming out of the Gujarat Titans stable yet, but what we know, Rashid Khan, though Rohit Juglan was mentioning Rashid Khan, from what I know this morning, I think Rashid Khan is now finally a done deal for Gujarat Titans. That's what I've been told. Rashid's agent was talking to quite a few people, and that got closed last night. Also, Shubman Gill is finally a done deal because there were some murmurs about Shubman Gill also. Vikram Solanki will be in Pune. So these are the two people who are a done deal. Mohammad Shami is not a done deal yet. They started dialogue with Mohammad Shami only a couple of days back. So Gujarat, we haven't really heard. I mean, is everything correct with Gujarat Titans? Is everything good with Gujarat Titans? We haven't yet really found out. Devashish Sen, what is going on with Gujarat Titans before I go to Shubhan on this?
Yeah. Obviously, I would say it's a win-win situation for Gujarat Titans because if you retain two players, you spend 32 crores. So you have out of that 120 crores, you have a lot of funds going into the main auction. So and considering that if Sami doesn't want to be retained, then you have that pulse that you retain Shubman Gill and you retain now that you have just broken that Rashid Khan has also confirmed that he would be retained by Gujarat Titans. So in retaining these two players, Gujarat will be spending in the region of 32 crores, or even if it is 18 crores each, but then they will have the maximum purse along with Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings is all likelihood is only going to retain Arshdeep Singh and no one else. So they will have a little bit of Shubhayan is not
Arshdeep is
Arshdeep Singh.
They are not giving 18 CR to Arshdeep. They are
Arshdeep
not
is
spending 18 CR on
not
Arshdeep.
Arshdeep.
So then
From
are they
the
retaining anyone? Because Shashank
They
Singh
have not let him.
was one
They
of the
have not let
candidates
him
to
go
retain, but
NCR.
then Then who they retain? Punjab Kings.
Ashutosh,
Yes,
only two
Prabhsimran
uncapped
Singh.
players, Ashutosh Prabhsimran Singh or Shashank Singh, although
But
Shashank
these
Singh
are
is
all
IPL.
uncapped players. These are all uncapped
Only
players.
only two uncapped players and no more retention. They will go with
They can
112
go for
crores in
Shashank
the.
as RTM.
As of now,
Okay.
the plan is to retain only two uncapped players and go to the auction table with as much parts in their kitty as possible.
But Shami, if he is not written, that will be a huge setback, I
One
would
minute.
say.
The news on Anwar Ali is the meeting is getting adjourned again. Okay, so a lot of people who are asking me, this is the greatest comic drama in Indian football that keeps going on. The comic drama in Indian football continues. From what I now get, is Anwar's lawyers have not come again, and the meeting is about to get adjourned. It is not yet adjourned, but getting adjourned is what I am being told, because Anwar's lawyers have not turned up. That is the update. If there is any further update, I will let you know. A lot of people যারা আনওয়ার আলী নিয়ে প্রশ্ন করছেন, আবার আপনাদের জানিয়ে দিই, মিটিংটা হয়তো অ্যাডজার্ন হয়ে যাচ্ছে, আবার হলেই আপনাদেরকে জানিয়ে দেবো এক্সাক্ট ডেট, সময়টা। বাট আনওয়ারের লয়াররা আজকের মিটিংয়েও, আজকের হিয়ারিংয়েও আসেননি, যে কারণে আবার এটা অ্যাডজার্ন হচ্ছে। কেন আসেননি আমরা জানি না। দানা আসছে বলে উনি আসেননি, সাইক্লোন আসছে বলে আসেননি, আজকে কেন আসেননি আমরা কেউ জানি না, বলতেও পারবো না। বাট ঘটনাটা তাহলে এই দিকে যাচ্ছে, সেটা আপনাদের জানিয়ে দিলাম।
It's a
ব্যাক টু
mockery.
দেবাশিস। ইট ইজ আ
It's
কমপ্লিট
a
মকারি।
mockery. Horiada, it's a mockery to কি হচ্ছে এটা? একজন একজন ফুটবলারের আইনজীবী সেপ্টেম্বর 30, অক্টোবর 14, অক্টোবর 23, এখনো যদি আমরা শুনি যে এটা অ্যাডজেন্ট হচ্ছে, and all three occasions it was Anwar Ali's lawyer who was not present. It is ridiculous. মানে এটা তো মানে আইনকেই পুরো আঙুল দেখাচ্ছে। মানে আইন আছে ঠিক আছে, আইনের ভাগ সুযোগ নিয়ে এটা মানে রিডিকুলাস। বাট কামিং ব্যাক টু গুজরাট টাইটান্স, বড়িয়াদা, আই উড সে Mohammad Shami, if he is not retained, and obviously he is not willing. In an interview, he did said that he was not willing. He has not been approached, but that will be a huge setback, because Shami, considering he has recently started bowling full throttle, as Shubhan reported. So Shami, for Gujarat Titans, having been part of that champion side, I think they need to pick someone of the caliber of Shami, because Shubman Gill, Rashid Khan, Shami, these are your three backbones. If you look at, so I think that will be a huge setback.
Shubhan, what's happening with GT?
I think Devashish is right. I think Shubman, and as you said, Shubman, if Shubman is a done deal, then good for
So
Gujarat
one minute.
Titans, because
So 1 minute. Anwar Ali next
yeah.
hearing is on the 10th of November. That's the update. People who want to know, Anwar Ali next hearing is on the 10th of November. Matter adjourned. Anwar's lawyers did not turn up. Rahul Mehra did not turn up. Matter adjourned. Next hearing date is on the 10th of November, is what we are being told right now. So the comedy continues. Tariq pe Tariq continues. Story continues. Shubhan, tell me.
So there were some murmurs around Shubman Gill. Rohit also tweeted this morning. I did not say his tweet, and I tweeted they are likely to retain. So likely to retain comes after the update you gave that uh, it's almost a done deal, and of course Vikram Solanki going to Pune, as you mentioned, is also in the card. So let's see what sort of things happen. What I know is both Rashid and Shubman have been offered a similar kind of amount, very similar. Like you both take 18, we can divide 17. So in that space, they have been offered both very similar amounts, so that the egos of either of them don't get hurt. Apart from that, Rahul Tewatia is also an option as an uncapped player. Sai Sudarshan was a very good player for Gujarat Titans, but since he is a cap player now, and if you retain him, a minimum of 11 crores will be deducted. And GT management feels that if they try to get Sai Sudarshan with an RTM option, then they will get him in a cheaper price. And Sai Sudarshan, okay, he has done very well. I think he has been a fantastic player in the he has scored some big runs in across formats. But again, 11 crores for Sai Sudarshan at this point in a mega auction. In a mini auction, I could still understand. Okay, 11 crore is still possible, but in a mega auction, I don't think that's possible. But good for them if they have retained Shubman Gill. But for GT, they will try to RTM Shami. They don't feel that Shami will fetch 10 CR in the auction, and that is why it is the major reason that they are releasing Shami at this moment. But RTM is a very much possible option with Shami, and I think it's fair enough also because he has not played cricket for 1 year. He has been out of action in T20 cricket. There are concerns around his strike rate also. So economy rate, if I have to say in that for bowlers. But I think that's a fair evaluation of Shami. If they can get him at a lesser price, then good for Gujarat Titans. If Shami gets more than 10 CR, then that's a jackpot for Mohammad Shami at 34, 35. For Gujarat, I think Shubman Gill. Then comes Rashid Khan, and then of course Rahul Tewati as an uncapped option. Muryaza.
Okay, so moving on to RCB, and then we will obviously talk about CSK a bit. Shomik has already talked about it, but we will come to Shomik for the CSK part. Rohit Juglan, what's happening with RCB? Is it just Virat? Is it Siraj as well? What is going on? Is Glenn Maxwell even being considered? No. But what's the story on with RCB and who's captain? I mean, you said Virat, maybe, maybe not. What is the plan for RCB, Rohit?
बुरे तो जस्ट मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ दैट जो मुझे पता है जीटी के बारे में दैट शुभमन गिल इज स्टिल नॉट कंफर्म्ड एंड मुझे ये भी बताया जा रहा है कि विक्रम सोलंकी के साथ आज उनकी कोई मीटिंग नहीं है. देयर इज नो मीटिंग बिटवीन विक्रम सोलंकी एंड शुभमन गिल. देयर इज नथिंग मतलब जो मेरे को पता है, मेरे को जो जानकारी है दैट देयर इज नो सच मीटिंग. और शुभमन गिल और जीटी अभी भी एक अनसॉल्व्ड मिस्ट्री है. जैसे ही ये पता चला था कि राशिद खान नंबर 1 रिटेंशन के, क्योंकि राशिद खान की एक हिस्ट्री है. सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद से भी वो जब आए थे तो पैसा मैटर नहीं था, बड़ा मैटर था कि मुझे नंबर 1 रिटेंशन चाहिए. नहीं मिली, नहीं चीजें वहां पर उनके हिसाब से हुई, वो जीटी आ गए. सेम प्राइस मिला उनको और हार्दिक पांड्या को. वो डन डील हुई. अब यहाँ पर भी अगेन वही चीज हुई थी. अगेन कल रात जो डेवलपमेंट्स आए राशिद खान को लेकर के, उसके बाद शुभमन गिल की चीजें, एंड देयर आर मल्टीपल फ्रेंचाइजीज इंक्लूडिंग केकेआर एंड देन देयर इज पंजाब आल्सो, जो शुभमन गिल को एज अ कैप्टन चाहते हैं. सो मुझे जितना मुझे पता है अभी विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू ऑल दी अदर सोर्सेज, जो शुभानदा ने भी बोला, आपने भी बोला, जितना मुझे पता है दैट देयर इज नो सच मीटिंग बिटवीन विक्रम सोलंकी एंड शुभमन गिल आज. और इसके अलावा ही इज नॉट कंफर्म्ड टिल नाउ, जब तक हम ये शो कर रहे हैं. इसके बाद क्या होता है, I'll again go back to the, मैं अभी जस्ट on the show मैंने अभी पता किया है. They've said that no, there's nothing as such. Coming back to Royal Challengers Bangalore, obviously जब तक ये सारे ऑप्शंस नहीं थे, मुझे लगता है आरसीबी बहुत ज्यादा इस चीज को लेकर के कोशिश कर रही थी कि क्या हम विराट कोहली को अपना कैप्टन बना सकते हैं. एंड ये 2 साल के लिए सोचा जा रहा था. एंड उन 2 सालों में ये भी कोशिश की जा रही थी कि विल अपॉइंट, इफ वी हैव केएल राहुल, विल अपॉइंट हिम एज अ वाइस कैप्टन हम केएल राहुल को बना देंगे. एंड देन वी हैव विराट कोहली फॉर 2 more years एज कैप्टन. और उसके बाद हम देखेंगे चीजें आगे किस तरीके से जा रही है. बट अभी उनकी लिस्ट में विराट कोहली का नाम है, अभी उनकी लिस्ट में मोहम्मद सिराज का नाम है. एंड देन दे आर थिंकिंग ऑफ आइदर ऑफ कैम ग्रीन और विल जैक्स. ऑब्वियसली कैम ग्रीन को अंडर द नाइफ जाना है, सर्जरी है उनकी, तो उनको लेकर के चीजें टेंटेटिव हो गई हैं. नाउ दे कैन सी देयर इज नो साउंड ऑफ, मतलब मैक्सवेल की कोई बात नहीं हो रही है, ग्लेन मैक्सवेल की. आई डोंट थिंक, वो पिछली बार भी जब आपको याद होगा कि आरसीबी का कैंपेन थोड़ा सा डिरेल हुआ तो वो रेस्ट ले लिया था उन्होंने बिकॉज ऑफ कि शायद कुछ मेंटल इश्यूज थे या कुछ दिक्कतें थी जिस वजह से उन्होंने जो है वो मेंटल ब्रेक ले लिया था. एंड देन आपको देखना है कि आपके पास अनकैप्ड प्लेयर में यश दयाल का नाम है, और आप एक आध जो लोकल प्लेयर्स हैं उनको जो अभी भी आपके पास हैं, जैसे हम विजय कुमार वैशक की बात कर रहे हैं, इफ यू हैव टू टेक देम आप ले सकते हो. ऑब्वियसली रजत पाटीदार एक और बड़ा नाम है वहां पर जिसको आपको जोड़ना है अपने साथ. देन आकाशदीप, बट आकाशदीप इज अ कैप प्लेयर, यश दयाल इज अनकैप, तो आप यश दयाल को पहले अपने साथ जोड़ लोगे. आकाशदीप को आपको यू कैन आप आरटीएम यूज कर सकते हो आकाशदीप के अगेंस्ट, बिकॉज अभी आकाशदीप की वैल्यू ऐसा नहीं है कि सीधे 15 करोड़ चली जाएगी या 12 करोड़ चली जाएगी. तो ये मुझे कुछ नाम लग रहे हैं जो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होंगे जब आप आरसीबी को देखते हो. मेरा अपना पर्सनल ओपिनियन ये है कि उन्हें सिर्फ विराट कोहली को लेना चाहिए और 102 करोड़ के साथ ऑक्शन में जाना चाहिए. दे विल हैव देन एवरीथिंग. दे कैन गो फॉर बटलर, आइदर फॉर बटलर और फॉर ऋषभ पंत. वो किसी के लिए भी जा सकते हैं इतने बड़े पर्स के साथ. सिर्फ विराट को ऑक्शन में ले लीजिए, सॉरी रिटेन कर लीजिए, और फिर एक नई टीम बनाइए ऑक्शन में जाके.
Just one point. I mean, the thing about Shubman Gill and Vikram Solanki, it was not today. From what we were both saying, Shubhayan and I, having spoken to GT sources, it's going to be any of these days, because Vikram will be in Pune for a while to try and catch up with Shubman Gill.
बिटवीन टेस्ट मैच बोला था थोड़ा, इन बिटवीन टेस्ट मैच
इन बिटवीन टेस्ट मैच तो बात भी नहीं कर सकते हो आप, बोलना भी नहीं चाहिए. So having said that, that is why he is going to Pune, and who knows, but clearly from what I understood in GT, it wasn't really great. GT again is not really after the first two seasons, GT का जो management जितना united दिखा मुझे, जितना, it's not like that. I don't want to get into details yet, but from what I understood today, it is not a very happy family. It is not a very happy family. And like
Even last time around, there were some issues with Ashish Nehra also. Ashish Nehra was also unhappy with how things were being run. Shubman Gill was also unhappy with how things were being run behind him. In the
शुभमन आल्सो
captaincy part,
कैप्टनसी पार्ट, उतनी बड़े इश्यूज नहीं हुए कि वो बाहर निकल कर आए, बट कई सारे जैसे कहते हैं कि उनके शोल्डर पे गन रख के चलाई गई, छोटी छोटी चीजों पे जो उनको चाहिए था वो नहीं मिला. सो इज नॉट वेरी हैप्पी विद द कैप्टनसी पार्ट आल्सो, अगर आप लास्ट सीजन की बात करें.
Shubhan, take this question. You were part of the press conference. Ignoring Sarfaraz Khan after scoring 150 tells how much favoritism works in Indian cricket. Backing a player whose test average is 30 after playing 80 plus matches. Obviously, Gautam addressed it. Tell us.
no one has ignored Sarfaraz Khan. We still don't know the playing 11. So why are you coming to a judgment that the team management has already ignored Sarfaraz Khan? Plus, sometimes you know what a player brings to the table. Of course, if a player is performing, he deserves to play in the playing 11. But sometimes you have to look at the larger picture also. See, this Pune pitch is being prepared very differently. I don't think the match will go beyond the fourth day. If it does, then it will be very surprising. Then I think it will be a very valiant effort by New Zealand team to take it beyond the fourth day mark. But see, we still don't know the playing 11. But no captain or no assistant coach or no head coach will come in the press conference and say, no, we will drop KL Rahul. He has been performing very poorly. He has not scored runs. No one will do that. No Indian coach, no overseas coach, no one will come out and criticize a player in a press conference. But backing is something which everyone does. When Virat Kohli was out of form, he was back. When Rohit Sharma, as a middle order test player, when he used to come, when someone senior used to come to the press conference, then they used to back Rohit Sharma in a similar way. How the Indian team management is doing with KL Rahul right now. They always said that Rohit is has a great potential. He's a white ball great, but in the test format, we want to see him in the middle order. We want to bring him in the test format or make him successful in the test format. Rohit also got a fair few chances in the middle order before they decided, okay, let's not force him in the middle order and rather go with him as an opener, and that also came very later in his career. So players have been back. It's not like they have not been back. MS Dhoni back, young Virat Kohli, when he saw fire in his eyes and decided that he's going to be our number four. That time he used to bat at number four for the Indian team in white ball cricket. So players have been back, and you never know. KL has not played bad cricket in the recent times in Test cricket. If you see, yes, Bangalore was there, but in Kanpur, Gautam Gambhir mentioned that Kanpur knock, that he played a very good knock under pressure in difficult conditions, and after that, Team India declared. You never know, had they not been declared or there was no thoughts of declaration, he could have gotten a century. You never know. South Africa century, I think, is perhaps one of the finest test centuries we have seen by an Indian player in tough conditions, in difficult conditions. Hyderabad, he scored 80 odd runs. So he has been among runs. So don't, like, as we say about Indian team management also, when we criticize them that they are mixing formats, please don't mix formats and rather look at players who are playing in a particular format. Right now, we are talking about KL Rahul, the test player, and he has. If you look at the current last year or so, he has done reasonably well just as a player and has scored runs for India.
Yeah, and also
I
Sarfaraz Khan, while he played a magical knock against the second new ball, he did not look comfortable. So we've
Yeah.
got to face that. Second new ball, Matt Henry and Team Saudi were making him dance. And when you think of a Pat Cummins, a Mitchell Stark, and a Josh Hazelwood coming at you in Perth, did that sort of evoke confidence? KL Rahul has got 100 in South Africa in trying conditions. You've got to keep that in mind. that KL Rahul has scored overseas in difficult conditions in our countries. So it is evidently clear where Gautam Gambhir is coming from. So one has to put things in perspective and just not jump the gun and say, oh, you know what, Sarfaraz Khan is being discriminated against. I don't
No
see
one, no one is,
being
no one is
discriminated.
denying the fact that Sarfaraz has been in daddy form. Yes, he's been scoring daddy hundreds in domestic. Perhaps I think he's the most successful Indian batter right now in Indian conditions. If you take overall his first class statistics, so no one is ignoring what Sarfaraz Khan is doing. And I have said this in our English video also, in our Hindi lives also, that Sarfaraz deserves his place in the playing 11. Whom they drop, that is not our job. Indian team management and the coaching staff are being fed very well to make that calls.
And no one is discriminating anyone. So let us
Yeah,
not
yeah,
impute
yeah.
any other
Absolutely.
motive here that he is being discriminated because somebody else is being bad. So no other motive, and we can all understand where you are headed. By the way, we all understand. So let us not get into that. By the way, there's one question before I go to Shomik, and then one more team left. Some Mrs.
Rajasthan
Mohua.
Royals.
It was on
I think we have not
Sunrisers
discussed from
Hyderabad,
Rajasthan
yes,
Royals.
Rajasthan lost
Rajasthan
their
also.
Sunrisers Hyderabad and Rajasthan Royals.
Correct, Hyderabad and Rajasthan. But there was one question which was on Anwar, which needed to be taken. Football question. Mrs. Mohua or someone. Where is it gone? I've lost it. Sorry. Too many comments. Too many comments. So I've kind of missed it. Basically, the question said that Delhi High Court hearing is on the 8th of November, so all comments are illegal or something like that. The truth is, Delhi High Court in its order yesterday very categorically said the PSC can continue and give an order. It said it has to be ratified by the Delhi High Court. Nothing whatsoever was stopping the PSC from continuing. So absolutely no problem in the PSC continuing with the hearing. So let's not. Delhi High Court hearing had nothing to do with the PSC not hearing the case today. So just so you know, Shomik, what is going on with Rajasthan Royals and Hyderabad? But you take Rajasthan Royals. I'll go to Devashish with Hyderabad, and they take final comments and finally close with hockey. And I'll get Gargi because she's been waiting backstage. Shomik.
Yeah, absolutely. Before talking about Rajasthan Royals, I'm just digressing a bit to the previous question about KL Rahul, and I just want to remind the fans that listen, Karun Nair was dropped from the Indian team after scoring a triple hundred. It doesn't happen like that. Ajinkya Rahane was injured. Karun Nair played in place of him. He scored a triple hundred, and then Virat Kohli came to the press conference and told us, "See what a player has done over the years is it cannot be undone just by one game." So it's a thought process. It's a long-term planning. We don't know yet whether Sarfraz will play or Rahul. Coming to Rajasthan Royals, Jasasri Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, uh, Jasasri Jaiswal, Riyan Parag, and Sanju Samson. I mean, they are the most sorted and most settled franchise out of and KKR, along with KKR and also CSK. Rajasthan Royals are the most sorted franchise. They know whom to retain. They have, I mean, they have a they have a captain whom they can trust. Sanju is their captain. Jasassi will be there. Riyan Parag will be there. Simple. Because Josh Butler, they have been negotiating, still negotiating. I had a word with Zubin a couple of days ago, and Zubin told, I mean, he could absolutely couldn't reveal what the thought process of the management is. But our understanding is they have been negotiating with Josh Butler because he brings in that X factor. He is a match winner in white ball cricket. But then again, I mean, you have to think about that auction parts also. I mean, you are retaining. You want to retain. Obviously, the Indian players will get top priorities, and the Indian players who are proven performance will get top priorities. And after that, if you are going to take Josh, then you are going to that 18 crore bracket again. So that is one issue. They have been negotiating with him. Let's see what happens. But they are one of the most sorted franchise as of now, as things stand.
And they might actually use the RTM card for Yaduvendra Chahal as well.
Could be, could be. But will depend on. See, I mean, the spinners get a lot of money given given the Indian pitches, slow turn. I mean, the nature of pitches, Indian conditions. Spinners get a lot of money, but then again, I mean, it will depend on what the amount that usually pitches at the auction. Uh, RTM, as I have already mentioned, it has become a little more complicated. Someone can use that RTM option to raise the value of a player. So you have to be guarded against that also. That could be one of the tricks of at the auction. So, but yes, as you said, yes, of course, RTM for Ushi is an option. Yes.
Okay,
Is
I've got to
Ashwin
finish
going
the
to
show. So quickly. Devashish, Hyderabad. Before that, Subhrajyoti Mitro, it is better Indian team focuses on the test rather than IPL options. Test, we regularly go all out below 50. I'm sorry, we don't. We've played two ICC finals. We've beaten Australia in Australia. We have not lost a test series at home in 12 years. If you get all out for 50 regularly, you do nothing of this. So, let's not degrade a team. Because 12 বছর আমরা হারিনি শুভ্রজ্যোতি. On home soil, we have not lost a series in 12 years. We have not. So give the team, only team to play two WTC finals, back to back, possibly in line for a third. So there is a lot of solid things going on in Indian cricket, right? Devashish, Hyderabad.
Yeah, obviously it is more or less settled that they are going to retain three players in on Rick Klassen, Pat Cummins, and Abhishek Sharma. But
What
then
about Nitish
uh,
Reddy?
yes, and he is uncapped as well. So he will be the uncapped.
No, he's
No,
not
No,
capped.
uncapped.
Nitish
He's
is
not
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 active.
capped.
He
uncapped.
played
Oh
with
no,
Northern
no, he's
Cricket.
capped. No, oh,
Devashish
sorry,
is
sorry, sorry, sorry. I
covering too much
missed.
football.
Too many things
Devashish
happening.
is
Too many
covering.
things happening.
Devashish is covering too much football. Needs to come back to cricket.
Which I will. Which I will. Yes. So these are
One
the
question,
four
Devashish,
cricketers.
this 23 crores for Henrik Klassen, the point that Rohit and Shubhan did in the Hindi show, and the kind of money that I was hearing that Hyderabad is paying to these four players, do you think they'll have enough for the auction purse, or this is a kind of a risk by retaining these four?
That is the trick, Boriada. Means I think means obviously you need to have that purse to buy pick players from the from the mega auction. Means that herein lies the trick. If you spend the most part of your money and then it might so happen that you are left with very little purse in the auction table. So that will be a very tricky call. But then definitely, Klassen did show what a player he has been in T20 format, and Pat Cummins, we all know what he brings to the table as the Australian captain, and Abhishek Sharma has done reasonably well playing for India, Nitish Reddy as well. So it will be very tricky call. But then I think Punjab Kings are the best, have the most, will go into the auction with the most maximum purse. So they can go after someone like a Rishabh Pant, if Rishabh Pant is not written by Delhi Capitals. So the team with the maximum purse will have a slight advantage, but then you also have to look forward to teams who have retained. I mean, someone like a Mumbai Indians, who is more or less settled. Rajasthan Royals, I would say, another team who has got KKR, another team. Chennai Super Kings. We have Chennai Super Kings is another team who are more or less have decided who to retain with. So it will be very interesting for Sunrisers Hyderabad. Oriada.
Before I give closing comments to Rohit and Shubhan, I need to go to Gargi with hockey because that's something that was very important today. India versus Germany bilateral series in Delhi at the Dhyan Chand National Stadium. There's Gargi Raut. She's at the Dhyan Chand National Stadium. Gargi, what went on? I mean, you spoke to Gagan Narang about the CWG, but that's different. What went on? Did the crowd? There was solid crowd support. I mean, we saw some of the videos that you sent on Harmanpreet Singh. Not India's day. Penalty stroke missed. 8 penalty corners missed. Multiple PCs not converted. What went on? Gargi Raut.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's you've hit the nail on the head. Those penalty corners costed India a lot, and that's what even Manpreet. I spoke to Manpreet after the match, and that's what he said as well. that India was good. It's not like they weren't good, but they just couldn't convert those chances that they had got. 7-8 chances are good enough to score at least a couple of goals, and India did not manage to get even a single one. One of Harmanpreet's strokes also did not go India's way. So uh, uh, I think a match to forget for India at this point, but still a lot to look forward to tomorrow. They're planning to get back in, and also the fact that the Germany side was pretty young, and they had no idea about who was playing and not who was playing, but how they would be playing, because a lot of debuts had been made today for from the Germany side. But at this point, they'll be recalibrating and coming, hoping to come back stronger tomorrow.
One more question: what was the crowd like, Gargi? Because clearly, after about a decade, real serious hockey coming back to Delhi, Bhubaneswar and Rourkela and Ranchi. These were the two places which have taken over. Odisha and Jharkhand, they've taken over kind of hockey. But coming back to the national capital, what was the flavor like? How did you see the crowd support for the Indian team? Give us a sense of what was going on there.
Yeah, I'll tell that, but I missed a point in the last discussion, is the fact that there are some murmurs around the fact that some of the Indian players from the Indian squad are not 100% fit yet. They're in the squad. So this is something I've also heard as well. Not sure. I will try to confirm it tomorrow and see what's been going on around there. But when it comes to the crowd, there was actually a lot of crowd, considering that the match was 3 p.m. in the scorching heat on a weekday. But this stand that you see behind me was 50% completely filled. And I think that's what you want. And I don't understand why, if you're making such a comeback after 11 years, 10 years to Delhi for such a big India versus Germany match, why don't you keep it on the weekends and under floodlights? You could have actually had a completely, packed stadium. You could have done that. I don't know why that wasn't done.
Why do you want to say something?
No, I was just I want to mention something. There's a world record that has happened just now. Zimbabwe has broken the world record of a highest T20I score. They have crossed 300 runs,
What?
319 in 19 overs. So this is what I was shocked after seeing the scorecard. 319, one over still left.
There you go. 319. Sport never ceases to amaze you. Gargirao, before I let you go, one final point. I mean, when you say Indians not 100%, India had a great Asian Champions Trophy, had a great Olympics. Is this something that they're not taking that seriously, this bilateral series, or it's just been put together to get hockey back in the national capital? What is going on? I mean, is Craig Fulton and Harmanpreet not coming out and telling us something at the back of the Hockey India League, where there is so much momentum for hockey? I just don't get the thing.
Greg Fulton at this point was, he did not say much. He was obviously answering very diplomatically to all the questions that were asked. And he said that they were missing a sort of spark in the midfield. Obviously, with Hardik Singh not being there, there's a sort of void there. And Vivek taking on the vice captaincy, you see a bit of deficit when it comes to the team. But like I said, I've heard murmurs or rumors, as you call them, that a lot of players are not 100% fit, meaning they're playing with injuries. So if that's something that is concerning, then I mean, it's something that is concerning. But when it comes to today's match, it was quite clear that the team wasn't 100%, and there was that fire missing, there was that spark missing. But let's see what happens tomorrow. If this is a one-off or not, we'll only find out tomorrow.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go, Gargi Raut. I mean, we will wait for your report from the match. Thank you very much for covering it and joining us from Delhi. There you go. So, Gargi Raut reporting from the Dhyan Chand National Stadium on India's 0-2 loss against Germany. Closing comments. Rohit Juglan, you go first. So, what's happening now? Who are the 5 surprises that we can expect in the auction? Is it Pant? Is it Iyer? Your 5 picks, who people will break their bank for? Rohit Juglan, you've been following the IPL retentions very closely with Shubhayan and Shomik. Rohit Juglan, come on, tell me.
Obviously, Rishabh Pant being the first one, he will obviously break, I think, every bank, and he's not only in contention with just 2 teams. अगर आप देखें, सिर्फ पंजाब और लखनऊ नहीं है, काफी और टीमें हैं उनको लेकर के. एक नाम मुझे बहुत, जैसा मैं कह रहा हूँ, जॉस बटलर का लग रहा है. आई थिंक अगर ईशान किशन को मुंबई रिटेन नहीं करती है और अगर वो कॉस्ट मैनेजमेंट हो जाता है तो जॉस बटलर विल बी अ डायरेक्ट एंट्री टू मुंबई इंडियंस, ओपनर विद रोहित शर्मा, पहले भी कर चुके हैं मुंबई के लिए, और इसके बाद एक विकेट कीपिंग ऑप्शन भी है उनके पास। तो मुझे लग रहा है जॉस बटलर भी एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट होगा। देन ऑब्वियसली श्रेयस अय्यर, क्योंकि श्रेयस अय्यर एक कैप्ड इंडियन प्लेयर है, कैप्टनसी कर चुके हैं, दिल्ली ने देखा हुआ है कि वो क्या कर सकते हैं कैप्टन करते हुए। प्लस ही इज अ वंडरफुल बैटर। वो इंडियन टीम में नहीं है इस समय पर, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि एज उनकी हो चुकी है या उस तरीके से खेल नहीं पाते हैं जो केएल राहुल के साथ चीजें चल रही हैं कि स्लो स्ट्राइक रेट है। ही इज अ गुड प्लेयर, बहुत काउंटर अटैक के अच्छे प्लेयर है स्पिन के अगेंस्ट। तो श्रेयस अय्यर एक नाम मुझे निश्चित तौर पर लग रहा है। इसके अलावा अगर आप नाम देखोगे तो अर्शदीप सिंह, मैं थोड़ा सा सरप्राइज हूं पंजाब क्यों उन्हें, मतलब 15 से 16 करोड़, ही डिजर्व्स दैट, क्योंकि बुमराह के बाद इंडिया का कोई ऐसा बॉलर जो डेथ में बॉल कर सकता है, फ्रंट में बॉल कर सकता है, मूव कर सकता है बॉल को, इंडिया के लिए कैप प्लेयर है, बढ़िया वर्ल्ड कप का हाईएस्ट विकेट टेकर है, इकोनॉमी रेट बहुत ज्यादा ऑन हायर साइड नहीं है, वो मुझे एक अच्छे ऑप्शन लग रहे हैं, 4 प्लेयर्स। एंड देन हु एल्स, आई थिंक अगर आप देखेंगे शुभमन गिल, जो मैं अभी भी कह रहा हूं कि अगर उन पर डील डन नहीं हुई है, he'll be right at the top. ऋषभ पंत से भी ऊपर वो रहने वाले हैं अगर शुभमन गिल पर डील डन नहीं हुई है।
Shomik Chakraborty, different question to you. CSK, what is happening with CSK in 1 minute before I give Shubhan and Devashish the last words?
Yeah, they're sort of done as far as their retentions are concerned. Rituraj, Patirana, Shivam Dubey, Ravindra Jadeja, and Dhoni as an uncapped player. If at the 11th hour Dhoni says no, that is it, I am hanging up my boots, I'll be joining the franchise in a different capacity. He has a mind of his own. Otherwise, Dhoni at Ford Road is a bargain.
If that happens, that will become a bigger news than the auction itself.
Exactly. But Dhoni, as of now, Dhoni at Ford Road is a bargain.
Devashish Sen, your final thoughts. What are you most looking for? Unfortunately, you can't go to Riyadh. You will be in Australia. Otherwise, I would have sent you to Riyadh, Devashish Sen. Sadly, you will go to Australia. You, Rohit, and Shubhan will all be in Australia. So you're not going to Riyadh. Shomik has a possibility of going to Riyadh at this point.
I definitely would be looking forward to Rishabh Pant because lot has been spoken about Rishabh Pant. For me, he is the most interesting figure. If you look at the retention, I mean, obviously, if Delhi Capitals not retain him, so many friends, and I think he will be the most sought after cricketer for multiple franchise. Means if Rishabh Pant is not retained by Delhi Capitals, but it would be interesting whether Saurav Ganguly sits in the auction table after this management is after this. He won't. But
he might sit in the auction table, but he's certainly not going to be in the dugout. Saurav Ganguly will.
Yeah, that is what I'm hearing. That he might be in the auction table.
Yeah, he will be in the auction table. He will be in the auction table. 3 people from JSW and 5 from GMR. But Saurav Ganguly will not be in the Delhi dugout for the next couple of seasons. Your thoughts on what to expect in the next 3-4 days leading to that final day when we will get to know the retentions.
Many reports, many news articles, many speculations, many players going here and there, many players being tipped by or tapped by other franchisees. I think this is the norm. This is the norm even in football, when the transfer window is open. These are the stories which drive the football world or the interest of the people. So it is natural that people or the news or organizations will talk about, and of course in the next 3-4 days I think the Pune test will take precedence, but in the background we will see people have a lot more interest around IPL, and somehow somewhere I am feeling that Pune test is no longer important in the next 4-5 days, but it is hugely important given that India could lose their first ever test series since 2012. In that regard, it is important. But IPL front, I think, as Rohit was also mentioning the name, I would like to add another name, a couple of overseas name who will be in extremely high demand. Number one is Phil Salt. After what he did with KKR in the last season, there are plenty of play. I think a couple of teams even called me whether KKR are retaining Phil Salt or not. So you could sense, and I got a couple of news from there and as well in return favor as a return favor. But yeah, okay, Phil Salt. There's certainly some interest from for Phil Salt, and one more name, Travis Head, because he's again one of the most sought after openers. Plus, he went to for some 5-6 CR in the last auction, but what he did in the last season has made him another hotshot property in the auction table. And of course, Kuldeep Yadav. Keep an eye on Kuldeep Yadav because he will be someone who will be in high demand when he enters the auction. Given that he's a left-arm Chinaman, India's premier spinner and whatnot,
Is he
he's
coming to
himself
auction?
a brand. I think so. He's coming to auction. I think so. He's coming to auction. I think Akshar Patel will be the only one retained from this crop because
Could be the
he has
captain
been
also.
told that there's a possibility that he might lead DC in the next season.
Keep an
Okay,
eye
so
on
we will end the
Overrook.
show.
If he, I mean, I will not be surprised if that New Zealand player, the kid, is going to fetch 10 to 12 crore at the auction.
William O'Rourke. William
William O'Rourke.
O'Rourke.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
6.5. Yeah, things have happened. Strange things have happened in IPL. Although his Super Smash record is not that great, his test record is great. But yeah, people go by name, and that's why
I
Glenn
think
Maxwell is
I think I
right
think
now
one thing
close.
which will go against him is Kyle Jamison. I don't think he will get that much money. I think the Kyle Jamison case study will go against him.
And interestingly, William O'Rourke is trained by Kyle Jamison.
We'll see what
But
happens. We'll
the
see what
lane,
happens. 1 hour, 6 minutes of our show, so we'll finish it now. Anwar case update, boss. It's there adjourned again. We've already given Zimbabwe 344 for 4. Shubhan's friend Sikandar Raza 133 in 43 balls. That's the new world record as far as T20 cricket.
Against the mighty
15
Gambia.
sixes. 15 sixes from Sikandar Raza, 133 of 43 balls. He was playing with table tennis ball, ping pong. So that's the
EA
story. We'll
Sports.
come back. We will come back. We will come back because the IPL auction story has just started. But from tomorrow, Test cricket takes precedence. Far more important than any of this franchise stuff. Test cricket takes precedence. White ball will go into the background and red ball will take precedence. One of the most important test matches that India has played in recent times. Shubhan Chakraborty, Atreya Mukhopadhyay, there for Rev Sports in Pune to report for the test match, along with Abhijit Deshmukh, who will also join them. So, thank you very much for watching. But every update from across sport, cricket, football, hockey, and the IOMS. By the way, the IOA general meeting, which was for the 25th, has now been deferred again. PT Usha has sent out a press release saying that meeting has been rescheduled. Kalyan Chobe wants to hold the meeting, so one group wants to hold it. The president has scheduled it. That is the story for Indian sport for you. Indian Olympic sport in a complete royal mess. That is the story as far as Indian Olympic sport is concerned. Nobody has spoken about the debacle of the Paris Olympics. Nobody has spoken about LA 28. No one has spoken what is India's plan. All we know is that the IOA president and the EC are going against each other. What will happen to Indian sport and India's bid? God knows. Maybe sometime we will ask Ma Ganga about that. Thank you very much for watching.